Oh my gosh. Why are you scared, Ryan?
Like, okay. We started this in like February 2018, right? And now, so we looked at the list of like what we're going to record next. How many more of these issues? You know, what are we going to read today? What are we going to break down today? And then it's like, oh, we're almost done.
We only got a handful of videos left to make of this whole Infinity Gauntlet saga that we're covering.
Yeah, there's like what, 7?
Something like that.
7 more of these?
So here's the thing. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. You know, make sure you're here for the ride because we're doing a lot more of these breakdown videos. We dive into comic books, and like when we dive into them, we go deep. I think that's like the very first video we made. We said, we're not just going to go deep. We're going to go so deep, you know?
I think that's what I did.
I think that's what you did. It was a good moment. But really, in reflecting, we've done a lot of these Infinity Gauntlet videos, and we've learned a lot about the characters, about the focus. I've been introduced to so many new things by going through all the crossover events. We've done over 30 videos about the Infinity Gauntlet, which is only a 6-issue series.
Yeah, we've managed to find out all the other things that were going on Infinity Gauntlet related, and we're covering all of those as well. There's a lot of tie-ins.
We've done hours of content on this series.
Yeah.
You could have probably read the whole thing faster than us talking about
absolutely.
it.
Pick up like the trade or even the omnibus. Read all of these times. Yeah. Oh,
it's okay though.
It's a lot to think about.
Well, because we've learned a lot, and I think we've actually hit a point now where I want to reflect. I want to kind of reflect after this issue because I felt like because we do have more videos to cover,
right?
But I feel like post this issue, Silver Surfer 58, we hit a milestone. I think we've hit like a climax that was kind of unexpected.
I would agree. You could definitely say that he's been the focal character of this entire storyline that we've been doing for the last year. And over the past few issues of Silver Surfer, he's been kind of dealing with a lot of inner guilt and like just trauma that he's kind of piled on his own self-inflicted wounds, if you will. And yeah, it comes to a kind of a climax in this issue. He resolves a lot of his personal mental health issues, you could say.
I want to ask you a question, Ryan.
Ask.
If we were to put a blanket statement out there now, what are the 2 most important characters in the Infinity Gauntlet saga? Go.
The Silver Surfer and Thanos.
Okay. And I think that most of the comic book consuming culture right now, they wouldn't even think that Silver Surfer is a part of this whole universe because of the way that the MCU cinematic universe has played out.
Sure.
And right now, we hit a point in the series where I read it and I go, oh my gosh, there's been so many things wrapped up that I feel like we just figured out what Thanos has done wrong to cause everything to go back to normal. Like we know. Like, let's not BS here. This came out in the 90s. We know that Thanos doesn't win. Like, this isn't a spoiler that after we do these next few videos where we cover Infinity Gauntlet 5 and 6, that we're not going to see something resolve, something that brings Doctor Strange and the Hulk and these characters back. You know, Thanos doesn't win at the end of the day. So a moment like this where I go, holy smokes, this is a climactic point. This is a key moment. Like this issue should be on people's radar and it's not. It's not a valuable comic book. But as it pertains to the Infinity Gauntlet saga, as like the weight of the fact that you just said, 2 characters, Thanos and Silver Surfer. This is a Silver Surfer key if I've ever read one, if Infinity Gauntlet is a monumental event.
I agree. And it's interesting as this winds down, you can see them kind of rebirthing the character and getting him ready for whatever comes after Infinity Gauntlet because he changes throughout the course of this issue.
By the end of this issue, we will have a Silver Surfer reborn. Where did we leave off?
We left off with Silver Surfer kind of stuck in that domain, that place of that guy, virtual reality, that old dude with the glasses.
That's right. Silver Surfer goes in to try to remove the gauntlet. This is the football has been spiked. I think that's the sports term. Like this is sports. We love the sports ball. No, but this is like the climax, like Silver Surfer goes in to try to, like, this is his last ditch effort. He's going to remove the gauntlet and Thanos swaps him away. Just hits him and then like sends him off into a 4th dimension.
Sure.
So he's dealing with virtual reality. And in this issue, we see him just go through some of the most important moments of his life. Him being accepting his new life as the slave to Galactus, him having to say goodbye to his loved ones, him experiencing his parents' death. And now this issue continues that. This is where he's going to find redemption.
Yeah, he's already been through a lot since he's met this guy, virtual reality, and now he's kind of on his own in a way to kind of deal with these things on his own and get over it in a really blunt way.
Virtual reality says, you want to leave, you leave. I'm not controlling you.
Yeah.
You do this yourself. And Silver Surfer's like, okay, like if I just have to walk out. So he starts to leave, and we soon realize that Silver Surfer can't leave. It is, however, his choice whether he does or not.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to cut it down to the simplistic, bare elements of this plot, it's about Silver Surfer coming to grips with the fact that he's holding himself back.
Absolutely.
And as he tries to leave, he is blocked and just stunted by various representations of his own guilt.
First off, we have a different penciler here.
There's a guest penciler, is how it's phrased down there in the intro. It's a guy called Todd Smith.
Very clearly that like this is different because Silver Surfer looks like a little beefy here.
Yeah, I don't know how much mass I like my Silver Surfer to have. I feel like he works better as a. This is really weird. This is a sleek, smooth, silvery dude, surfing through the stars. He's not Silver Hulk.
I imagine him very lubricated.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Obviously.
I feel like he'd be able to like slither into things.
The only way to fly is intensely lubricated.
So this is the part of the comic that we're talking about. We kind of alluded to before. This right here is the key moment as it pertains to Silver Surfer. I mean, let's consider here Infinity Gauntlet. If you were to bring this down to two characters, like this is the story of two characters, which characters would they be?
Thanos and Silver Surfer, of course.
Absolutely. I mean, we're following two different characters, and Silver Surfer is clearly the one that's actually having character progression.
Oh, yeah.
Thanos is just kind of here as the main antagonist, and we don't even really learn about him. He's seriously just a character that's just descending into madness. That's his storyline. And at the end of the day, we know what's going to end up happening. This is going to get rectified. This is going to be okay at the end. Our characters aren't all going to stay dead. This happened in the 90s. The permanent change is in Silver Surfer, and it happens in this moment.
Silver Surfer is walking down the hallway. He sees three shadowy figures kind of step out from, these doorway-looking things.
Such a great page here. Like
it's pretty cool.
The panels are separated, but they're all connected, and you see the silhouette of these characters, and you can tell right out the gate who they are.
If you're as astute in calling comic history as the two of us are.
Who else has wings on the feet?
Who else has wings on their feet? Yeah, who else wears tattered jeans and has legs like tree trunks? It's the Hulk. It's Prince Namor the Submariner.
I mean, unless you're TiVo, you're probably not going to recognize those freaking lean calves of Doctor Strange.
Yes. Some people have a different kind of eagle eye, I guess.
But these are three characters here that, I thought they were slain. And isn't Doctor Strange supposed to be managing stuff from his apartment?
I like how Silver Surfer called that out too, because those are things that we pointed out as we were getting confused.
It's like accurate statements. Yes.
Why aren't you back here? And what are you doing here? You guys are supposed to be like miniaturized in the sewer and like in outer space.
We're like, thank you.
Yes.
Right?
We're not entirely crazy.
Yeah, we're not. Well, we find out pretty soon because these aren't who they appear to be.
No, they're walking manifestations of Silver Surfer's denial, guilt, and doubt.
That's right. This right here is the moment where Silver Surfer has to find redemption. And you know what? I appreciate this moment because we've been following Silver Surfer's progression as a character, and it's here where we see growth. By the end of this issue, we're going to have Silver Surfer reborn. This is a key moment here because this is where we're going to see a change in the character forever.
I would imagine, yeah. After the things he goes through in this issue, he gets over a lot of his personal demons.
This may be one of the most impactful things that happened in the entire Infinity Gauntlet run because I'm about to, I'm expecting Thanos to slip up. I'm expecting Thanos to do something or a Marvel character to cause something to just change everything to make it go back to normal.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, this moment right here, will Silver Surfer just stares in the face of his depression, of his mental illness that he's had to overcome since the start of this, is the biggest change that we've seen since we started covering this saga.
This is my favorite part.
Oh
of
yeah,
the issue.
the climax here.
Yeah, the art is pretty cool. It's freaky. I'm not sure if Todd Smith has a background in horror or not, but he could, based on what we see happen here.
Makes you glad that it was him doing this as the side artist here.
Sure, yeah, give Ron Lim a little break and give somebody else a chance to really kind of creep us out.
That's right. We have a huge reveal. I mean, this is the change of events here.
Yeah, the guy rips his own face off. Doctor Strange pulls his face off, and you get to see like this freaky skeleton kind of monster underneath.
That's right. We have the personification of his depression here. And it's in this moment where Doctor Strange is telling Silver Surfer that he's got to deal with this. He's either going to be burdened by this forever and be ruined as a character and basically be sacrificed as a hero, or he's going to get out of this maze. He's going to get out of this reality, this fourth dimension that he's been placed in by Thanos. And Silver Surfer knows that this is an option and demands to know, how do I get out? And virtual reality in the distance explains to him again.
Yep. This is all you, bro. Like, you can leave whenever you want.
It's inside of you, man. You want to leave. You need to go. This is your burden. You're causing this. Let's bring it back, Ryan. Let's bring it back. Okay. Let's take a step back and look at what we have here. What is the Infinity Gauntlet? We just said it. It's Thanos and Silver Surfer. And in this moment, we're going, gosh, how many times have we read about Silver Surfer? We have videos where we're just like, God, this character is so sad. He has so many ebbs and flows. He seems so depressed. He's making so many mistakes. He has so many burdens. He's unemployed now. I mean, like we've been through a journey with this character, and we get to a point now where I'm like reflecting and I'm going, holy smokes.
This whole thing too, like, he's been feeling like this literally since the day we started going over this. In Silver Surfer 34, he's been struggling and depressed and bummed out, and he doesn't know what to do, and he doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know who to trust.
This started at Silver Surfer 34, and what started in Silver Surfer 34? What happened? He was picked by Jim Starlin. Doesn't even know.
Yeah, you asked him.
I asked him. He doesn't even know. He was picked by apparently the universe. He was picked to be the hero, the person, the alien, whatever. To be the one to find out that there is impending doom on all living things, and it's up to you to inform the people that are going to have a potential to save the cosmos.
Yeah, it's up to you. What do you do? Like, yeah, I guess that's his only guess, is to go alert people that he knows that have some chance of fighting this.
Infinity Gauntlet is the story about that. It's about the person chosen to bear the cross of the responsibility to inform the heroes, to inform the people that could potentially stop all this from happening, to save everybody. It was up to him. He has to look within himself.
And if you ever grappled with like depression and stuff, you realize that, yeah, like that's really all it is. It's all a matter of like snapping out of it. As crappy of advice as that is, it's all on you. You gotta get over it on your own. You gotta figure it out.
That's right.
That's what happens here. The answer is within you.
Virtual reality tells him it's within you, like literally.
Hint, hint.
Go like in you. So what does he do?
The answer is inside of you.
Like literally?
All along.
So he's just like, so you do what anyone would do. You start putting your hand inside of your chest.
I'm going to reach inside of my chest cavity and pull something out.
He's bounded.
Yeah, he's like tied down again, by the way, which happens all the time.
This is something that's just, it's an ongoing metaphor with Silver Surfer. When he's down, when he is like at his lowest point, he is literally bounded by chains. He is a slave. And in this case, he finds out he's a slave to himself.
Yeah, he's just chained to the floor here. He doesn't have like Galactus holding Thanos holding his leash.
Or Galactus.
Or Galactus. Yeah, he's literally chained down to the floor. He's himself dealing with himself. He gets the key out of his chest, unlocks his chains,
and boom!
And is free from, everything that's been holding him back.
He's back to our reality.
And yeah, he's literally back to where he was in space, hanging out with Adam Warlock.
This all happened in a couple seconds.
Sure. After all the false starts we've had, I'm a little hesitant to get excited that things are going to start again. But I feel like this is it. This is when Infinity Gauntlet's about to kick back into gear, and we're gonna see what happens now.
This is a point where I'm super stoked that the crossover events were done, that this was done in like the saga with tie-ins, because so much character growth in a very cool character. There's so much to be learned about. And honestly, if you read those 6 issues of the Infinity Gauntlet and you miss out on this whole thing, you miss out on like the heart of the story. This whole
that's-
progression. This is the best part.
Silver Surfer's character arc is the heart of this entire crossover event. And yeah, I mean, reading the Infinity Gauntlet, it's definitely a Thanos story. If you just read the 6 main issues, it's a Thanos story. And Silver Surfer barely factors in, right? In the main
He's
issues.
barely even there,
He's
man.
one of, everybody. He's one factor out of the entire alliance of heroes that, bands together to fight Thanos. He's a footnote.
That's right.
In that element of it.
It's exciting because we have more Silver Surfer issues to cover,
Not that many more.
but not that many more. Not many more of Infinity Gauntlet issues. to
We're on the
cover
home
either.
stretch. Yeah, this is kind of it's weird. This has felt like it's hanging over our heads for the past year. This is where we're going to be doing this forever.
Yeah, we're almost done, man.
We're almost done. It's weird.
We're gonna have to pick up some new stuff. I have a couple
Yes.
ideas. We're gonna be doing a lot more breakdown videos. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We make a lot of comic book content, and hit that like button down below while you're there because Ryan, doesn't that help the
Sure.
video get seen?
That does. I was told that any interaction does. You can hit the thumbs down button.
I want to know from the community too what they think about the Silver Surfer Infinity Gauntlet stuff. Like, let us know in the comment section below.
Literally, I am kind of a weirdo about these comment sections. I go back into these after like weeks and check out the comments. So talk to me. I'll be down there.
We do appreciate your time today, comic book community, and as always,
Geek responsibly.
enough said. Thanks so much for watching the video. Russ, they just watched a Silver Surfer video.
Oh, very cool.
What are we doing here, though?
We are actually picking out some great, expensive, nice books for the Mystery Mail Call and all of our friends out in comic book land.
Woo! Link in the bio to sign up. Join the Mystery Mail Call. April is gonna be fire.
Oh yeah.